if I try to run at wide open throttle, I'm overloading the engine and eventually I'm going to damage the engine.
Hello and welcome to another one of our Ask the Expert sessions here at BoatHowTo. I'm Jan Attenstedt and we're talking to Nigel Calder.
Hi.
Today's question is the following. I have a 30 horsepower diesel auxiliary in my 30-year-old sailboat. Its maximum rated RPM is 3000. The engine manufacturer representative recommends running at high RPMs. I have a somewhat overpitched propeller. I can cruise at good speed at around 1700 RPMs. Above that, I begin to put the bottom of my transom in the water, do not go much faster, and go way up on fuel consumption. I think I'm putting as much load on the engine with my lower RPM and higher pitched prop as I would with a lower pitched prop and a higher RPM. Am I correct on this, or do I need to run at a higher RPM to prevent carbon buildup? Interesting question.
So actually, we're doing exactly the same thing on our boat. I have an overpitched propeller and I run typically at about 1600 RPM. It's significantly overpitched. And if I try to run at wide open throttle, I can't get my 3000 RPM engine beyond 2400 RPM. So it's a fair amount of overpitching. So why am I doing this? Because it's way more efficient to cruise with that overpitched propeller. However, if I try to run at wide open throttle, I'm overloading the engine and eventually I'm going to damage the engine. I'm going to burn out the valves or something. It's going to run too hot. This only works if you recognize that you can't run at wide open throttle. So the answer to his question is no, or her question is that no, we don't want to run at higher loads and higher speeds because we've got the system rather well optimized as it exists for cruising speeds. And as is noted, we try to go faster, and all we do is pull the transom down in the water, and the fuel consumption goes through the roof. So it's a fairly well optimized system as long as you recognize that you should never run the engine at wide open throttle, because at that point it is significantly overloaded, and there is a risk of overheating valves and pistons and doing some damage. If it's like a powerboat, or a planing boat where you have to go to wide open throttle to get over the hump and to get on the plane, this kind of approach doesn't work. But in a sailboat where we almost never run at wide open throttle, matching our propeller to wide open throttle, which is what is conventionally done, doesn't necessarily optimize the functioning of the system. And given the loads that propeller is putting on the engine at that slower speed, the 1700 RPM, there will not be carbon formation issues because the engine is well loaded. And it's actually a pretty sweet way to run the engine.
That's very cool. And actually, if you want to learn more about optimizing your fuel efficiency or engine use, and in general also engine duty cycle and how to prevent carbon buildup, check out our marine diesel engine maintenance course where we talk about that in a great detail. And see you soon at BoatHowTo.com.